I think he probably drinks more than the average man. Inside Feed Punters Club, back for another week. Steve Martin, MIA at the moment, might be on the piss, not sure. But Frayne and I are here dissecting the weekend of rugby, racing before rugby, rugby league, and AFL, whatever else is there, mainly the horse racing. Frayne, how are you going?
I'm good. I can hear the collective sigh of the listeners and the punters knowing that Marto's absent.
I was at a pub on Saturday night, and a couple of people said to me, people that I knew, said to me, "Oh, we really like the Ginger's tips." I was like, "Well, if you didn't get pissed so much, you'd come on the podcast." But we'll see. I'm sure he can fax them through or something. No podcast last week, but we were just talking before we hit record that you had a bit of a fill up. Frayne, talk us through it really quickly.
Murphy's Law. Don't put my ugly mug on a podcast and end up having a really good day on the punt. So, no, I had a good first starter in Brisbane, Debussy and into La Mexicana. So I had a good little multi there and had a fair few winners during the day. And at the Noosa Surf Club, no better place to be.
What a spot. I was hard into Vega 1, and a minute before the race, I thought, I can't believe they've given us 450 or something, because I thought it was just bolting. Didn't, as many people would know. So no dream home for me this week, but we'll try again next week or this week. We were just saying again before we hit record, it is a fucking hard day, like across all venues on Saturday. So I am absolutely treading with caution. Normally when the Queensland Carnival kicks off, which is probably sort of next weekend, or, there's some good horses up here this weekend. I actually stick the chest out and have a good crack. But I'll just be treading carefully this week. Nonetheless, we've found a couple of winners. Frayne, you're not punting anywhere apart from Doomben. Is it Doomben?
Yeah, Doomben.
Doomben the weekend. So I'm going to quickly run through my 4 selections for 2 venues, Caulfield and Randwick, and then we'll just hone in on Brisbane, because Frayne said to me he's got 6 specials. Was it 6?
6. I think it's 6. It's a lot.
It's
the whole card, basically.
While I'm dribbling about the other 4 here, maybe you could just work out what that 6-leg multi will pay, and we'll get on it. All right, I'm having a couple in Melbourne. Caulfield, 5th race. I am backing a horse called All of Brighton. Now, I looked at the odds last night. I haven't looked this morning. I put up $7.50. It ran home like a steam train first up without much luck, and it beat home the favourite Winsome and went past it like it was stuck to the fence. So I can't understand why All of Brighton is $7.50. I must be missing something. So race 5, Caulfield, number not sure. All of Brighton's the name, but not sure on the number. Having that, and then for like $1 each way, pun intended, on race 7, I'm having $21 a horse for Peter Moody called Another Dollar, which was a former Chris Waller horse. It just fucking like pulls its head off in the run, but I think there's good speed in this race, which will mean it can get, it can get the tempo that it wants. So at $21, I'm backing race 7, Another Dollar, just for a bet each way. The 2 in Sydney, I'm a little bit more keen on. All of Brighton, I'm very keen on, actually. I can't believe the $7.50 each way is a great bet. 2 in Sydney, race 2, I thought Kiku, last start, I think it was the first race at Randwick on TJ Smith Day. It came around them and won with a bit of authority, and it's backing up here, $2.80 in the 2nd race. Don't have it in front of you, but I think Tommy Berry will be on board Kiku. I'll just check that. It might be J-Mac or Berry. You probably don't. It probably doesn't matter who's riding that, but it's race 2 in Sydney, Kiku for Waller. Tommy Berry's on it. It's $2.80. And the other one for me is the Champagne Stakes, Frayne Train. I think that's race 6 or 7. Those 7's the
All Age, which will be a good race. It's just chances everywhere.
Race 6, I'm going High Lal, which ran 2.5, 3 lengths behind Animo last start. Animo was meant to be in this race, and if it had been, it would have been $1.50. But I'll go High Lal in the Champagne race 6 in Sydney. Just on that all-age stakes, Frayne Train, one of your favourite horses gets on a firm track here, Dreamforce, and has Jay McDonald on board. I actually didn't mind it at about $13. I thought it was a very open race, and I think Dreamforce will go forward. I just cannot back Mars Crusader from the barrier because one day, I think I've mentioned on this podcast before, one day I had a 4 or 5 leg multi, $50 on. I just needed Mars Crusader to win the last at Rose Hill. It was about $1.40 into $1.30. I was going to net about 3.5 or 4 grand, and he ran fucking like 10th. So I can never back him again. Good horse, but I could never back him again. So I don't mind Dreamforce in the all age. Not backing it, but I reckon it could lob up at $13 or thereabouts.
That's a genuine raffle.
It is.
The all age. Like, I had a look at it and I was like, you could make a case for at least 6 of them. Mixing form lines. Some have been in Melbourne coming back up. Some have been in Sydney. Zutori doesn't really like it going around the bend, but it's a good horse. Fuck, mate. Yep. They're everywhere.
Absolutely. It's a cracking race. I think Marto's calling me. I'll send him a text. Hopefully we can get him on in a second. Frayne, I've got my pen and my sticky notepad because you have a million tips in Brisbane. So take the floor, please, James.
Yeah. So while you've been speaking, I had a look at what these legs, just to get everyone a bit keen, what these legs pay. I've got a 5-leg multi here, pays $580 for the place. So get around that because there's some decent price horses getting around that I don't mind. First one is in the race 4, the No Metro win. Sydney horse, Northern Wilderose. It's the outsider of the field at 41-10.
Shit, what race?
I think
what race?
Number 4. It's the No Metro win handicap. So there's no superstars in this race at all. This thing's been running in highways and around northern New South Wales. It's the outsider of the field. It's $41. It races on the speed. It's not a bad horse. It's better on good tracks, which it'll get hopefully on Saturday. And I just think that, like, typical Doomben track, if they don't go too hard, at $10 the place, hopefully it can just hold on and finish in the top 3. So that's the first one I'm going with, and hopefully that starts the day off on the right note.
Just $41.
$41. Similar sort of thinking with the next race 5. There's some good horses in here. Supergiant is a horse which had a really good prep last autumn. I think it won a Group 3, and then it came back in the spring and was no good. Like, just put in horrendous performance after horrendous performance. I think it had foot abscess, had the issue with its feet. I'm taking it a bit on trust here and hoping it can get back to its like last year's form lines in the autumn. It probably wants more than 1,600, but once again, racing pattern tick. There's a fair bit of speed. I'm hoping it doesn't lead, but it sits off them and just takes a sit at the 1,600 at Doomben. And once again, paying $440 to place. So, and 16 to win. So good shopping there if it can maintain its position and hold on. Next race.
These horses win Saturday, Frayne. You're going to be A, hailed a hero, and B, shopping for a house in Noosa.
Yeah, mate, I know. But, like, it's one of those things, start of the carnival, there's some horses that come up from Sydney and like different form lines, and potentially the bookies over cater to how good they are. So there's some good Brisbane horses who hopefully can fly under the radar and are at good prices. Next horse I like, race 6.
While you're talking, Frayne, Steve Martin's about to join us. Here we go.
Here he is.
Frayne mid-monologue.
The punters rejoice.
The punters cheer. Let's see if his camera's working. No sound check for Marto. We're going absolutely live. It's sort
going
of
in wrong.
It may not work. Go on, Frayne. I'll see if I can patch you in.
All right. Next one, race 6. Horse I've tipped on the podcast before, number 2, good size. First up, 1,600. I think it's 1,600 meters. Once again, it'll probably want longer. All right, I think I heard Tony Gollan say this was aimed at the Oaks up here. Here he is.
Oh, no, you guys are quick. You guys go quicker than last week's pay. Hey, what time is it? 404.
We're about halfway through. Frayne's just giving us his best for the. He's got about 18 tips in Brisbane for the weekend. So,
what's your best, Frayne?
I think my best I'm going through right now. Good size in race 6, the Tony Gollan horse, 1,600 meters. I think it's a good horse, and hopefully it just puts in a good first up. It's probably not ideal, but hopefully it can just do its thing.
Marto, I think you've turned your camera off. Are you nude or?
Sorry, I was just having a look at that. I was just having a look at some form actually. Sorry.
No, that's all right. And then I reckon.
Do you show form or porn?
No. I always have the porn off on the other computer. takes my Wi-Fi. Makes your internet no good.
Sorry, Frayne. Good soys. Yeah, you love that fucking horse.
Hopefully it wins 650. Get around it. Some good horses in there, but hopefully it's better than those and can be too good from first up. Next race 7, Mousy or Mayozy. This thing ran second for me first up last prep at 40s. I think it probably wants Eagle Farm, not Doomben, but $9, $2.80. I don't even know if they'll run it. I think it might be nominated somewhere else. So bet late with that one because it could be scratched. And then the race 8, I reckon this is an unreal bet. I'll pull a Marto and say this is my second best bet of the day. Andermatt at 750, coming up against some of the Queensland horses, some with some questionable form at the moment. So I think 750 Andermatt. Got a pretty ordinary barrier 12, but hopefully it can slot in and do its thing and be too good for him.
Yeah, I can't believe they put up 750 for it. Unbelievable. 4 lengths off Isotope, I'll never forget when it beat Vow but I'll tell you what, in that race, Simply Fly fucking flew home the other day against Ballistic Lover. Oh my God. It wants Eagle Farm, I think, over Doomben, but if it's got barrier 1, if it gets the breaks, it'll be hard to hold out. But I think I agree. Andermatt, 750.
750, 750 is when I looked at that, I thought there were a couple they'd put up together at $4 and it'd just be a pick 'em, and then they put it up at 750, and I was like, oh, how good.
So, Marto, Frayne's starting prices for his 5 selections in Brisbane are $41, 16, 6, 850, 750. Well, they're their fixed prices at the moment, I should say. So if he wins, $580 the place, if you have a place all up on that. So he'll be the mayor of Hendra or Ascot if that comes off.
Mate, he'll be in the top 200 ASX if he gets that up. That'll be unbelievable.
All right, I got the one in Brisbane. Frayne train. Well, we've already had a look at Caulfield and where the fuck are they? Randwick, Marto. So if you've got anything, you can just throw them after this. But I'm on race 5 against Supergiant. I think the best of the day is the Candyman at $5.50, the big grey. Suckers me in again. Went down to Melbourne and forgot which way it was going. First up, I thought the ride at the Gold Coast was fucking deplorable when I had a crack at it. So I'm going to go race 5, number 3, the Candyman, best bet of the day across all venues. So that's my banker for the day. Marto, what do you got?
Mate, my best all day is Brisbane race 3, Hello Girl, $6.50.
My God, Chris Anderson, friend of yours?
The Anderson, former trainer of one of the great horses, Freeze Lightning. Do some research if you haven't seen its form. Could have gone on one, probably on a derby had it been trained properly. But this horse here, race 3.
Just for everyone's information, Marto and I might have had a small percentage in Freeze Lightning.
Hey, we're still coming to terms with the fact that Brisbane trainers can't train stayers. Fuck me, how hard is it, mate? Just put it over 2,400 a bit longer. What are your thoughts? Yep, okay, let's do that. Fuck, okay, we won't do that. We'll just stick it over fucking 1,600. Oh, yeah, okay, that'd be good. Fuck me. But outside of that, terrific young trainer on the up. It's great.
And if you've got some spare cash, send it his way and get him syndication. Isn't that right, Marta?
Yeah. Mate, when in doubt, go into syndication. In fact, if you've got any money, actually go down and give it to a homeless person. It'd be better fucking used than giving it in syndication. But syndications are no good unless you're in it with your friends. Don't go into those stitch-up businesses.
What about Unchain My Heart, Marta?
Oh, one of the great horses.
Was that a family friends thing, or?
No, that was a Joe O'Neill stitch-up actually. So we did win that with that horse, but when it came to the end, they sold it for 160 grand to David Hayes on the sly. Actually, no, he got me a actual beauty. He got me one called Believe and Receive. I was in a horse called Believe and Receive.
I think it's now like it's in Perth somewhere. And when I say Perth, I mean like the far tip of like Kalgoorlie.
Yeah. Oh mate, it's a young girl's fucking pony by all reports. But this is the biggest stitch up you've ever seen in your life. They rang me and said, "Oh, it's going to win a Benella. It will never ever go as good as it's going." So they've either drugged it or drugged the other horses. So one of the two. So we backed the shit out of it. It's won by 6 lengths, right? So we're thinking, shit, we're on this bloody immortal probably. And next minute, I get an email Monday. Oh, we've sold it for 10 grand to Steve Hawkins on the coast. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I already asked him if we could go on that leg. Nah, crickets. And then it gets up here, wins fucking 3 in a row at Brisbane, at Doomben. Oh, my fucking God. Wins 100 grand up here, next 3 starts. And they sold it for 10 grand. Yeah, I'm a little bit bitter about that one, I'll be honest. Seriously, 10 grand. They sold one at Benella by 6.
Good to see you let it go.
Hard enough to get it to the races.
Hello, girl in Brisbane. Anything else, mate? We thought Melbourne and Sydney were too hard.
Yeah, no, it's a shit house day. I've got one in Adelaide actually.
What do you like?
Where is it? Adelaide race 4, number 6, Mr. Wyshoe.
Adelaide race 4, number 6.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's how you find these things, but Mr. Yushu, is it? Mr. Yushu?
Yeah. No. That's my best in Adelaide. I think it should win.
Is that your best?
I think it's in good. Second best. I think Hello Girl wins. $6.50.
Really?
But if I had the money, I'd buy it for my wife. I think that's what they say.
Okay, play on. I found Sydney and Melbourne quite hard. Frayne's got about 400 different bets in Brisbane, so hopefully in there somewhere we've found some winners. NRL for the weekend. I've got a multi. This is my multi for the weekend. I think the tipping in the NRL this weekend is fucking hard. I think it's a really tough week. Tonight, Penrith to win by more than 10. Cover the line, or a line of 9.5. Sharks 13 plus over the Bulldogs, the poor things. And Raiders 13 plus over the Cowboys. I think the Raiders will come out after Sticky Stewart got up their arse during the week and win comfortably. They could even win by more. That's paying $4.76. So I'm backing that. $4.76. Panthers by 10 or more. Sharks 13 plus. Raiders 13 plus. Marto, have you had a look at the AFL for the weekend, or are you just still on a bit of a you're still angry about the whole Believe and Receive thing?
No, I have had a little look, but I don't know. I think is my camera going off there? I think the Suns can actually beat Sydney this week.
We'll just replace a photo with a picture of like fucking some buff prick with red hair.
Oh, sorry, no. I think I'm on my camera. So if I move my camera,
you're back now. We can see your hair in your lovely orange sky shirt.
Oh, good. And I think Geelong will win. They're $1.60 roughly. I definitely think. I think the Suns are a sneaky over Sydney. Suns aren't going as bad, but the AFL's all pretty 50-50 at the moment. It's all the top sort of 10, top 8 are winning, and the bottom 8 aren't. So it's pretty lopsided at the moment.
Makes sense. Frayne, have you got anything?
Super Rugby?
Yeah, Super Rugby.
In the Super Rugby, I reckon the the Western Force are great value at plus. Like I hate tipping against the Reds, but the Reds have literally nothing to play for. They got to get on a plane and go to the other side of the country. They've got nothing to play for. They could win this game by 100 or lose it by 100, and they'll still be in the same position with the week off. The Force have everything to play for. If they get through here, they end up playing in the finals next week.
Miraculous.
And the Reds don't have, Force haven't been in this comp for a couple of years, but the Reds don't have the best record against the Force. And I don't know, plus 8.5, $1.90. I think it's pretty good. Reds haven't put too many teams away, apart from the Waratahs, who are pretty shit. They haven't put anyone away massively.
Yeah, I think I hear your point. But my counter argument to that is there's so much fucking competition for positions in the Reds squad that they're basically versing each other on Friday, I think it is. I think they play tomorrow night. Like you've got good people not even in the 23 this week who are on the outer, and everyone's fucking, apart from maybe 4 or 5 of them, probably O'Connor and McWright and Wilso and a couple others. There's a lot of Paisami is probably another one. There's a lot of opportunity there for people to be moved around. So I'm going to say the Reds will win by 20 or more comfortably, and then they'll come back, get on the piss, have a week off, and then play the final. But you're right.
Sounds like chapter 1 of a threesome weekend for me, mate. Seriously, mate. The Reds, something will happen this weekend. This will be a tragedy. I think they'll win. I don't know if they'll win by 20.
I hope they do. What are you talking about with a threesome? You having a threesome?
No, it sounds like chapter 1 of a threesome scandal. What you were talking about.
The NRL's coming good with some scandals with Dylan Brown and Katoni Staggs, God bless them. The other game in the Super Rugby is, so a forced win, Frayne. They play the Brumbies next week in the qualifying final. The other game, Mardos, try and stay awake for the next 30 seconds, is, Waratahs Rebels, I think. So the Rebels win that. We've lost Mardo. If the Rebels win that and the Force lose, they win. I don't fucking know. Who cares? It'll be Reds Brumbies in the final. So
what happens after this, Trav? Can you just give us some sort of breakdown of what goes on after these transactions weekend
in the rugby?
Yeah.
So on the field or off the field?
What do you want?
On the field?
In the rugby this week, if the Force win. No. So next week, the Brumbies are waiting in Canberra, probably on the piss, for a qualifying final next week. Whoever, if the Force win, they'll be in. If the Rebels win, they'll be in. If no one wins, the Force will be in. So it'll be Brumbies versus Force or Rebels next week. And then whoever wins that comes up to Brisbane the week after and plays the Reds on, I think it's May 8th, the Saturday night. Marto, you've already booked your tickets.
That'll be get on the bandwagon, I reckon, that week.
They should get fucking 30,000 there comfortably, you would think. But
Surely.
But that's what I'm saying. There's so much competition within the Reds team that I reckon that they won't take the foot off the gas this week. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. There's a bit of racing on Sunday too for Anzac Day. Were you going to allude to that, Frayne?
Yeah, mate.
Race 1 Flemington?
Yeah.
I've had a little, but yeah, it's back.
Yeah.
Where are you going for Anzac Day, boys?
Well, as you would know, Marto, it is my birthday, being a close friend. Correct. So I'll go to a dawn service and then get blind. That'll be my MO.
Yep. Where are you getting blind? Just so the punters can come down and buy your beer?
Could be the Brecky Creek. I remember one day, you guys might have been there, I'm not sure, my birthday maybe, or Anzac Day 8 years ago or something. I backed this.
There's probably 2 venues. There's only 2 venues you go. You either house sit Chris Ryan's house or you go to the creek. They're the 2, I think.
Brecky Creek. Yeah, for sure. And a horse, I remember my mate Michael Falvey and I backed it pretty hard. Magnum 44 was the name, and it fucking zoomed home down the outside and won in a photo. Jeez, it was a fucking great day. Anyways, we digress. But no, there is some racing at Flemington on Sunday. Frayne, did you have a bet there, did you?
The only one that grabbed me when I had a quick look before when the markets weren't out was that Immortal Love in race 5, number 1. I think it's nominated.
Yeah, it's not Saturday.
Saturday. So that was the only one.
All right. Marto, are you going to go and wash some clothes?
Yep, going down there in about an hour, half an hour.
Love it.
So that'll be nice. Mate, do you want I'll give you an all-up special. I'll tell you, in the AFL, there's bet Collingwood versus Essendon. I'm telling you, Essendon are very fucking ordinary. So $1.75 Collingwood, whatever, mate, whatever you got. Like they were real ordinary last week against Lions, Essendon. So I think Collingwood will win there. Collingwood into Hello Girl, 50 all up. And then 50 will win Master High Shoe. Is that what it was? Down in Adelaide?
Master U.
God bless it.
Obviously, of course, you've been following closely.
Yeah, I was no good in Japanese. I can tell.
I'll go 50 on all of Brighton at 7.50 at Caulfield, and I'll have 50 on the Candyman in Brisbane as my two bets, just keeping it nice and simple. Frayne, Trainer, did you prepare anything in that regard? Or
Yeah, I'm going to go a place multi, all 100. It's 100, right?
Yeah.
I always get this wrong. Yeah. All 100 on Andermatt to place into good size to place. And I think it'll pay something around $4.50, $5.
No, you get $5 for that.
Yeah.
250 by 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Righto, we'll put that all up. Gentlemen, thank you. Marto, good luck. Good work with your laundry.
Have you shaved your head? Can we just reflect on that? Have you shaved your head? Or
there's a bit there.
That's beautiful.
It was down to here.
Have you got a Ryan Pappenhausen mullet style thing happening?
No.
Yeah, it was a very young cut though. I like it.
Otherwise, I'd Instagram him and try and get some visibility. But no, I'm a big Pappenhausen fan, but no, not replicating his haircut. I'm a little bit skinnier than he is. It wouldn't look so good.
Yeah, that's right.
Righto, gentlemen, thank you very much. I shall see you next week.
Thank you, Ben.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, John.